Today we're making a striped mitered square. Yes, you can take the solid that you learned last time to stripes. You can make them wide and bold. You can vary them. You could even just have normal stripes and add a nice big solid color pop on them. So I'm going to show you how to do that today on GoodKnit Kisses. Welcome to GoodKnit Kisses. We're all about helping you stitch your love and love your stitches. In today's video, we're going to be working on the stripes, of course. You're going to learn how to add in the color, but also carry up the yarn along the sides, whether you have thin pinstripes like this, or you have varying widths like on this one. We're going to carry the yarn and twist it up the side. It's the same technique, so I'll show you how to do that. And to get your pattern for the stripes or the solid, be sure and click down in the links below. Also below will be a link to the solid video, which shows you how to do the decreases and the cast on and everything, so that if you need a little bit of backup help, that is there as well. Again, the supplies and everything is listed in that, but we are working with a US 8 needle or 5mm, and we're working with 2 colors of yarn. In this case, I'm working with a medium 4-weight yarn, color A. From Red Heart Sheep is color green tea, and then we have color Poolside for color B. Use whatever yarn weight you want and an appropriate needle. And then the other thing you need is a stitch marker, and that's it. We'll begin. Let's cast on our needles. If you want to make the small sample with me, you're going to use 30 stitches. If you want the 8x8, which is the larger one, that's about 20 centimeters or 8 inches. This one is 76 stitches. So 30 stitches will make about a 3.5 or about an 8.5 centimeter size. So what you want to do is measure 3 times the width that you want. 1, 2, 3, and then do that one more time because your cast on is here and here. So we say 1, 2, 3, create a slip knot, wrap your yarn around your finger 2 times with the back loop over the front, and do it one more time for that slip knot, and then we're going to cast on. I'm going to cast on for the smaller one 30 stitches, so this is mine here. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay. So make my slip knot, and we're going to put our tail towards us and the ball part to the back. Put it on our needle and get that shortened up. There we go. So got that on the needle nice and snug. And again, my tail is toward me. Ball in the back. Split our yarn here like this. Pull it back like a slingshot, scoop up from the thumb, down at the finger, down at the thumb, let it go. That's 2 stitches. Go ahead and cast on your desired stitches, either the 30 or the 76, or you can use whatever number you like. Just make sure that it is an even number of stitches. Pause your video and I'll meet you back when you have the stitches cast on, and go ahead and knit the first row. So we're casting on, and go ahead and work all those stitches across. Pause your video and I will see you at that point. See you soon. We're going to add in our color on row 2. This is always on a right side, and it will always look like this, nice and clean. All the wrong side has that little color blip kind of going through. So whether you're doing wide stripes or varied or pinstripes, it's always added on the right side row, which always happens to be a decrease row. And we'll put this stitch marker here in just a moment. I want you to see how to add the color. So go ahead and grab your new yarn and give yourself a nice tail. Hold it at the back. You can go ahead and hold the other yarn as well. So the yarn we're not going to work with, color A, and then the tail of the new yarn, and go ahead and work this first stitch. Knit that, and you'll see that it's loose. You can go ahead and tug on that old yarn to make it a little bit tighter, and then knit the next stitch and knit a few more while you're holding the tails, and that way it stays nice and taut, has a good tension. Okay, so now you want to knit until 2 stitches before the halfway point. So half of the stitches that you had originally cast on, you're going to knit until 2 stitches before that and put on your stitch marker. So on here I've got 30 stitches, so divide that by half, it's 15, and then take 2 stitches away. So we're going to knit until I have 13 stitches over on this needle. If you're working with the one that's 76, the halfway point is 38, and so you're going to work until you've knit 36 stitches. So go ahead and do that. Pause your video, and we'll meet back at that point, and I'll show you what to do for the decrease as a reminder. Again, you can watch the other video for it in a slower motion. Okay. I'm going to tighten up that first stitch there. Let's see, 5, 10. I've got one too many. So I've got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 13 stitches. I'm going to go ahead and get my stitch marker ready. We're going to knit these 2 stitches together. So just go right into the front leg of the second stitch and through the first as well. Knit that stitch and put our stitch marker on. And now we're going to slip, slip, knit. So we're just going to slip knitwise 1 stitch, slip knitwise the second stitch, put our needle into the front of those 2 stitches, and then knit through the back loop. Just like that. So we have our decrease, and just knit until the end of the row. And that's all you do for that row. Then you have a return row, basically. So the next row is always going to be knit. There is no decrease. So continue working in your color B on the next row, and then we'll meet back up. So pause your video, and I will see you at the next point, and I'll show you how to twist the yarn up the side and carry it. All right, we'll see you soon. We're back on our right side row, and we've completed a row 3, which is working that last knit stitch across in color B. And we want to start working with color A again. What we'll do is we'll twist the yarn, but rather than thinking about it twisting, just think about where you grab the yarn from to start working with it. So I always grab the bottom yarn, or the next yarn I'm going to use, and I grab it from underneath the previous yarn. So when I grab that and I start working with it, it naturally lays this yarn over the one we just used, and it twists it, okay? We don't want to pull super tight or anything, just a consistent amount that we're pulling. And by the way, this is just our tail right here, okay? So just ignore that. If you have to put it behind you to ignore it, do that so you don't accidentally start working with it, okay? So let's go into this first stitch here. I'm going to grab color A from under color B, go around and knit that stitch and continue. And so because this is a color change row, and of course we're on a right side row, we're going to work until 2 stitches before the stitch marker and then do our decrease. So I'll go ahead and do one more decrease for you. Pause your video as you need. So now I'm at the decrease point. We're just going to knit those 2 stitches together as before, slide our stitch marker over, and then slip, slip knit the next 2 stitches, and then knit until the end. And then for row 5, you're just going to knit across. So when I complete this color A, we'll turn and knit row 5 all the way across. So you'll pause your video and meet me back up at the next time where we twist the yarn, and I'll go back over what it would look like if we continued in one color for a few extra rows or ridges to get something like a wider stripe. All right, pause your video and I'll see you at that point. All right, so now you've got your stripe pattern that you're starting to establish. You're just going to twist it again and work with the color B and pulling this one up to repeat that row 2 to get the new color, and then 3 to knit across, and then you also repeat after that row 4 and 5. So it's just a repeating of rows 2 through 5 to get this striped pattern, and then all you're going to do is work until you only have 4 stitches remaining, and that's going to be this last sort of tip of color here. You're just going to work until you have 4 stitches, and then you change color and work your decrease until you only have 2 stitches left, and then you're just going to work those 2 stitches together. So you can see the pattern on that down below, but I want to talk to you about how to twist it. Let's say if I continue in this green color and then I want to twist my blue and not actually work with it yet, and then grab it later, sort of similar to how this is. So I have this green here, and then I want to do 2 ridges of blue, which is actually 4 rows, and I'm just twisting the green here. So let's sort of do the opposite colors here. I'm going to take the blue over the top as if I was going to use it. So if I was going to twist it again to start just the blue, I would just knit with the blue here and drop the green. But I want to work with the green again. So I've grabbed the blue, and you can even hold it in the back just for a moment. Okay. And then now I'm going to grab the green, and it's like I'm grabbing it from under again, and then I'm just going to knit with that. And then you just work across. Again, don't forget, because you're on a right side row, you still need to do the decrease here at 2 stitches before the stitch marker. So continue on with that one, but I want to show you what it looks like with my yarn twisted. Let me just get down to this point here. Okay, so you can see on the edge here where my yarn has twisted up the side. And then the next time we come to it, I'll just have the blue, which has risen up to the top, we just grab that and let it twist in again. So pause your video and I'll show you grabbing this one more time, twisting that yarn. We'll see you soon. Okay, so we're ready to change our color again. Just go ahead and insert your needle in, grab the yarn that you want to twist up, and so I'm grabbing color B and knit that first stitch. Let me knit a few and I'll show you what it looks like twisted up the side again. Okay, and you can see it's just carried that yarn up through the side, and so the next time you grab the green, it's just gonna continue going on. You can really tell what it looks like once you've gone a little bit more inches showing here. Just remember to not pull those stitches too tight in the beginning so that it doesn't draw up or bunch up your stitches. You want it nice and consistent or loose there. Just go ahead and keep going, and because you made it so far in the video, I'm going to show you a bonus. Let's go all the way until you have 4 stitches remaining in your square, and I'll show you how to complete this square. I'll see you in a moment. All right, so we're completing the end here. I actually have 6 stitches here at the end. I'm just going to show you. I've knit the first one. Now I'm knitting 2 together, and we're already, already on a color change right here. Slip, slip, knit. Work those stitches together. Knit the last one. And now we have 4 stitches on our needle. Go ahead and you want to still make that knit row returning, so don't forget that. I'll go ahead and drop that stitch marker because we don't need it anymore. All right, so I'm going to turn it over, and we are going to work these stitches with the 2 decreases, but you are going to change your color. So go ahead and get in there like you're going to knit them together, and put your yarn that you're working with right now, kind of hold it to the back to make that stitch nice and tight, and then we're pulling our new yarn from underneath and working those 2 stitches together with the next yarn, the contrasting yarn of whatever is the opposite of what you've been working on. This is to change the stripe, of course, to get this little tip here to make it look like it's finishing out in that little pinstripe. So we're going to knit those 2 stitches together, and then slip, slip, knit, and then work those stitches through the back loop, and you're down to the last 2 stitches. Go ahead and turn it over, and then with that same color we're going to break the yarn. So you can go ahead and cut this yarn. You can go ahead and cut the other color, because you don't need that. And then we're going to work these 2 stitches together and then just pull through the yarn. Okay, so just work these stitches together like a knit 2 together, except instead of dropping it off, you're just going to pull that yarn all the way through and then pull it tight, and you have that last little blip of color change, and then you're just going to weave in your tails. So you can see I kind of changed up my little striping from this one here, where it's sort of a 1-to-1 ratio. You can see I showed kind of 2 ridges of one color and then 1 ridge, but I just wanted you to see how it is pulled up through the side here. Okay, so now you have this all twisted on the side, and you can use the Bickford seam to sew your squares together. I just would turn it like this. You don't have to line them up like this. You can just turn them, quarter turn all your pieces, and do as many squares as you like. And the link to the video below for sewing together with a Bickford seam works really well. Just click on that video link down below. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed learning how to work stripes. Thank you so much for sticking through to the end of this video. Be sure and click to get our newsletter. Go to our website and get the newsletter to subscribe, and you'll see other patterns coming out for blankets using the stripes as we move along in our series. And join us for the next video on GoodKnit Kisses. We'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us today, where we help you stitch your love and love your stitches. See you again soon.